I have a question regarding morality.
Okay.
Okay.
From an atheist point of view, what is the purpose of morality? Most atheists seem to be moral people. They seem to be, nice. I mean, of course, there's exceptions, but what's the reason for that? Like, for example, there's people say there's herd instinct or whatever that'll.
No. You don't have to rely on anything as sublime as instinct. Morality can be viewed in a very practical way. I'd rather not be killed. I'd rather not have my stuff taken. And so I find a bunch of other people who would also rather not be killed and not have their stuff taken. And so we agree that we're not going to kill each other or take each other's stuff and that we're going to enforce this stuff. The idea that there's no practical benefit to behaving decently is absurd. We are an empathic group, partially, but we also live in communities as a collective. And it's natural to realize that, hey, if I'm going to have to live around all these other people, some compromises are going to have to be made. I don't have the ability or the right to just run around and do whatever I want without considering the consequences to other people. However, where by and large atheist morality may differ from theistic morality, I don't have any objection to somebody doing something, an activity between consenting adults, for example, that doesn't affect anybody outside of that situation if they're enjoying it.
Okay, well, but let's say that you could benefit somehow by kind of breaking from that rule.
Sure, you can. Yeah, you definitely can. Slavery is incredibly beneficial to the person who owns the slaves.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why, societies for the longest time advocated slavery. It's why the Bible advocates slavery, because the people back then realized, hey, we really benefit from being slaves. But all you have to do to find out where the moral problem lies is talk to a slave who realizes that they're not actually benefiting from this. So that you have, over time, developed a number of core principles, one of them being this idea of individual freedoms which end when they encroach upon the rights of others.
But where does that even come from, individual freedoms? I mean, why even have that? Why not have...
Because
what if society could improve by having a very small percentage of the population enslaved, and hypothetically that would make the rest of society into paradise?
Okay, but now you've separated. First of all, I don't necessarily buy the hypothetical, but you separated out two different groups. You've said this group is getting special rights and this group isn't. And while you can do that, if you so choose, my position is that is untenable for me.
Okay, but you don't really know where that comes from. Why,
it comes from me. I am the author and decider of what I consider to be moral. There is no need for an external source. I can assess a situation and determine whether or not I think a particular action in that situation is either moral according to my standards or immoral according to my standards. I am the arbiter.
It seems like it's pretty arbitrarily chosen, though, that you would say, like, all people have equality or freedom or something like that.
Well, I think that's a property of the fact that...
there's nothing wrong with doing that. I just think it's like, why you pick that? Why not, pick some other rule? Or... No,
it's not true. It's not true, and it's not arbitrary. We didn't just say, let's go ahead and go with freedom for everybody. We learned over the course of millennia which things really are beneficial on the whole, which things encourage progress, societal health. It's not like we flipped a coin and said, yep, we're going to free the black people. That's insane. The use of the word arbitrary and the position that these are things, like we're just picking our morals out of a hat is absolutely insane. This is the result. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I rail against biblical views of ethics on a regular basis. It's because this book includes the best thinking of a bunch of Iron and Bronze Age people who thought it was okay to kill unruly children and to own slaves and to treat people as property and to go in and rape and pillage. This is the best thinking they could come up to. We have improved upon that. We have built upon what's common in the past so that we have a better understanding. The fact that we're so good at it, that it's almost intuitive to know, ooh, what he did is wrong, and we don't have to sit there and think about it, is a testament to how far we've come. Nothing about this is arbitrary. It's not just a, hey, I feel like today I'll give rights to everybody.
Well, I mean, it kind of, well, another thing, it would be like most people want to reduce the amount of suffering in the world. That's like another one that's basically, I mean, arbitrarily chosen. Why?
What makes you think that's what makes you think that's arbitrary? I would like to. No. Hang on.
Limit suffering. Why not increase suffering?
Because
or keep suffering the same.
Because okay, God, this is so painful. Would you like to suffer more or less?
Less.
There you go. Was that arbitrary or was it based on your preference?
No, that's just based on I'm a mammal and I try to avoid suffering, or like I'm an animal basically.
Okay.
You just answered your own question. You just said the exact same thing that we've been saying.
Well, but why would it be, I mean, I try to avoid suffering. Why not? Why would I want to stop others from suffering? I mean,
okay.
Because we're all fundamentally the same?
Because we're all very, very similar. In much the same way that you'd like to suffer less, I'd like to suffer less. And we've gotten to this point where you and I can work together to see that we suffer less. It is in your interest, it is in your best interest to assist us in ensuring that everybody suffers less, because guess what? Here's the super thing. You're a part of everybody. You're a part of that set. You're not off by yourself saying, me versus the world, I want to suffer less, screw those people. That doesn't work. We know it doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried it over the millennia.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate the call, Ryan.
Yep.